Namaste, Jai Bharat. The story of two nuns arrested in Chhatisgargh, arrested by Chhatisgargh police for human trafficking and forced religious conversion, which is against the law. No, there's no media reporting it in other places, but they're two Kerala-based nuns, and these Kerala-based missionaries have a history of moving out to all the backward areas to get people converted in the past. It's nothing new and should be known to everyone. So these two are arrested for these two things: for religious conversion, which is banned by law, that is enticed conversion, forceful conversion. If someone is voluntarily converting, he has to make a kind of stipulated applications, etc., which of course is never done. Never done. So the Kerala-based politicians, they start traveling to Jharkhand and they are very touchy about it, and they make news about it. The news in the Kerala media, they will discuss it. Of course, they discuss all kinds of things. Whether it's meaningful or meaningless, that's a different thing. It's mostly like the Pakistani media discussing things. They have, I've seen a lot of parallels in these two cases. Now, why they are arrested? Why should they go to? It's not 15th century or 10th century anymore, and they still have this stockpile of people who goes around the backward areas and then talk to them and taking advantage of their ignorance as well as poverty and getting them converted. And you don't gain anything by increasing mere number of somebody in some religion, and that's precisely what Islam had done to the entire world, and you see the result of that. There's protests in Germany. Someone wants to make Sharia laws there. See, it's a mistake of Germany, I'll tell you, who gave them refuge and now let them face. These people, when they talk about humanism and philanthropy, they don't practice it in their own life, and just to show to the world that we are altruistic philanthropists and humanists, etc., they do such simple mistakes. Demonstration that of the humanity, etc. Precisely this kind of things which the missionaries do. If you have come across such people, such situations, then sometimes you find them as a big menace, very artificially going around and going around. And here, of course, these people also picked up that minor with, I think, their identity cards, date of births corrected. Some kind of pilferage is done with their records to show that they are not minor. That's one report I had. I don't know. These are the stories that float, and take them for work labor. Labor is not in the construction companies. Labor is like housemaids. In their relatives' houses, there are such houses where these people are made to work in the house. Not that the working conditions are so severely bad, but certainly not very good as well. I think that the society, if they get converted, and that they go to their houses and do all kinds of things, they may be not that badly treated, but the society is slightly educated in the proper sense, not in sense of literacy. And normally people don't do such bad things to beyond a point. But then definitely the other question remains, as they are really the masters and these people are much inferior. Those thoughts are there, like America does to other world. They're inferior and we are the masters and superior. Nothing is there. But nonetheless, I don't know the merit of this case. Arrested for what? What you hear is that human trafficking and conversion, and definitely if it's a question of conversion, it is immoral that you make somebody change their religion without them really wishing to do so. Something like a kind of brainwashing, programming them to, if it is not brainwashing, getting them programmed into saying that, okay, I will convert, looking at all the facilities or things which are offered. And these offerings are like what the missionaries offered to Africans once upon a time. After that missionaries, they made so much of offer to Africans, and the later the Africans said just one thing. When they came, when the missionaries came to Africa, we had the land and they had the book with the Bible. Then, now we have the Bible and they have the land. Perhaps this explains everything. When they came, they had Bible in their hand and we had our land. And by the time they finished with us, they had the land and we had the Bible. And then, once this lot is converted, then there is no more welfare means by any of these missionaries. They just did their job and will go away. Then you are left of your own. You try to make a black Christ, etc. Now that is their sentiments. Other stories, there are such stories. They don't want some people don't want a white Christ, so they make a black Christ photo, etc. Those things used to be, I don't know if it is still there. It used to be the case in the past for some time. So then they are left no more support from any of these agencies who really went there to get them converted. Their work is done and that's it. And they think they have done a great thing. It's something, don't you think it is akin to the jihadi mindset in the sense that if I die for him, somebody who's above the cloud, then I get heaven and I get facilities. This kind of a mindset is there. So it may be the kind of a miniature activities of conversion even in Bharat. But you look at one thing, wherever this missionaries are active, why they are active? They are active only in backward areas where the people's ignorance could be exploited. See, I have seen some professors who celebrate the ignorance of people sitting in front of them. Some very crafty professors, mostly communists. They celebrate the ignorance of people sitting in front of them. That's really taking advantage and that's really exploiting. But here the missionaries take advantage of ignorance and poverty of people. I remember Dostoevsky. He says, if you haven't, you have not. Poverty is no crime. But these people treat poverty as a crime and take advantage of that. You can exploit people. Don't you think that this is exploitation? Whether the law, whether there are loopholes in the law or not, that's not appropriate. That anyone could say. So whether these nuns are involved in the kind of accusation which the court made or not are things which are with the judiciary, and they will decide what is appropriate, hopefully, and that is that way we are not going to judge. But overall, these activities are inappropriate. Maybe these people become unemployed because this is a job they know. That may be a different case. But if they're educated, they have schools, etc. They run schools, and they use all these instruments, schools and all other things, even hospitals, as an instrument to their ultimate objective. This you can't close your eyes. Just to be good with them, just to be good in talks, you don't have to support this. You must not. Let's speak the truth. Though Satyam apriyam na brayadi is a pramana. Satyam brayad priyam brayad. Speak the truth, but speak it also pleasantly. That's a principle. I agree with that. But then things that affect the core of sanskar and national interest, we should speak, even if the truth is unpleasant. Here, of course, Satyam apriyam na brayad. Let's not take it that serious in this context. So we shall be taking. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.